Hi, John Marshall, DrillMaster. I wanted to go over the silent drill platoon's performance. It's not really a critique; it's more information, and I'll describe a couple of things that take place throughout the routine. But I also want to show you how certain things are applicable or not specifically applicable to a junior ROTC exhibition performance.
Honoring visiting dignitaries and heads of state. Representing Marines around the world, the Silent Drill Platoon demonstrates the finest in Marine professionalism, esprit de corps, and discipline. The platoon sergeant is Gunnery Sergeant Daniel Robert from South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The platoon rifle inspector is Corporal Jace Randall from Maryville, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. proudly presents United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon.
So you can see their alignment, their spacing, absolutely perfect because it has to be. And so this was filmed in September. This is Pendulum Manual. Pendulum Manual was created by the Silent Drill Platoon in, I believe it was the 1950s. I actually have one of the first handwritten copy of the handwritten drill manual for the Silent Drill Platoon. And I absolutely love it. Pendulum Manual was groundbreaking exhibition drill work. It was just superb. Now you'll hear that the rifles make a loud slam when the butts are driven into the deck, but it's not the metallic sound. That's because there are for performances that are indoors like this on a gym floor, love the angled pass-through. That really works well. Not exactly perfect in alignment, but still it works absolutely just beautifully. But they're butt plates, rubber butt plates. It's a little sleeve that adds about, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch or so onto the bottom of the rifle. So it's a little bit different feel. Not only when they slam, but also when going to order, there's a little bit different feel here. The meat grinder, which is a crowd favorite, and should be. And then the push out, which is always cool. It just looks so dangerous. So here is a scatter drill, and it's all coordinated. Everything is choreographed. Everybody knows exactly where they're supposed to go and at what point. And then we have here the double bomb burst. Sometimes there's a single, sometimes there's a double. Sometimes the up to the long line, there's all kinds of different arrangements, different moves that are created, and the team doesn't march the exact same performance every single year. Although it can look pretty close to it. And then from that scatter drill, they move right into their block formation. Now notice that you'll see inside flanks, inside pivots. Now we're used to the pivots on the outside foot. If we're marching straight and we want to go to the right, we'll call a right flank, and it'll be right flank march, one more step, we pivot on that left. Well, they'll pivot on the right because of the different ways that the team is facing. Maybe they're facing in different directions and they all want to move they won't want to maybe face the same direction, and they'll do it on the same foot. So it's a matter of everyone either pivoting on the same platform. The platform is the ball of the foot and everything forward, or they'll pivot on the same heel. So this is what they call the long line. And notice that once the ripple line is started, the ripple is methodically the exact same beat throughout for every single movement. And you can hear it's the catches. Now the coordination on getting this timing just takes tons and tons of work. Now you can see one of the Marines towards the end there, fourth or fifth from this end, knocked his cover a bit. So it's sitting on the back of his head. You can see right there, sitting on the back of his head. So the inspector is going to come along in just a moment and then straighten his cover. So here we have a little bit faster tempo. But it's all continuously the same tempo. Now here is what I wanted to point out. Right here, the inspector comes out, fixes the Marine's cover, because they all need to be taken care of and look exactly the same as much as possible. Now you might have seen performances where a rifle breaks, and during the performance the Marine will just walk around at port with a broken rifle or something like that. A sling separates or something, but the where and they just have to march that rest of the performance like that at port, where they can switch out. They can, but here, see, this is what does not apply to junior ROTC performances. You think because the Marine Corps has done this, or even the other services, they will have a supernumerary. That means an extra. It's just a classier name than extra. The supernumerary will, one or two of them will stand at the rear or off to the side or something. They'll stand at ceremonial, and if something happens, they'll come in, exchange the rifle or whatever needs to happen. And that's their job. So, boy, excuse me. So, the whole performance stops, and then whatever is taken care of then is done. And here the sergeant takes care of fixing the cover, and then goes on with the rest of the performance. Now, why it doesn't apply to junior ROTC is because of the flow of the routine. Here, they don't have necessarily a time limit. They're still going to be within a certain amount of time. They are still going to perform exactly what they're supposed to perform. You can see the little sleeve there on the butt of the rifle that protects the floor from the butt slams. But the flow of the performance is majorly affected when you have somebody stop, and then the commander has to go over and go around the formation, whatever formation that is, and then fix whatever, and then come back, and the whole thing starts all over again. Or at least continues, and that just interrupts the flow completely. When the cadet can pick up the rifle or adjust his cover or something immediately. Now, adjusting the cover is not that big of a deal, but picking up the rifle, yeah, it's a big deal. Pick up your own rifle. Just get on with it. It doesn't happen at this level but you're not performing at this level. This is different. This is entirely different. For your performance, for JROTC, go pick up your rifle. I've had comments on videos that I've posted and even still images of exhibition performances by the service drill teams or even cadets, and it's insulting because people just don't understand. They really don't, and it's easy to say, oh well, you don't understand, and so we're just going to do what we do. No, there's a reason why we have drill teams in the U.S. military, and the reason is because it is a sign of if a group of 16, 12, 24, how many ever, can perfect drill and ceremonies to this level, and drill and ceremonies is relatively easy. How much better are they at their job, their MOS, or their AFSC? If they're not the perfect exchange, but it worked. If they can do this, how good are they at their jobs? That's the whole point of executing military drill and ceremonies to such a high degree. It showcases excellence, and the U.S. military is supposed to be excellent in what we do, in everything, and that includes exhibition drill. Now, the style for the silent drill platoon is that of basic movements performed to a relatively complex marching program, and then taking those basic movements and the complex marching program and marching them so that the excellence is extremely high. The silent drill platoon, year after year after year, uses excellence as an effect because the audience is just, they have their breath taken away because of such a high level of performance. Well done. Excellent job. I'd love to be able to meet whoever created this, the original ideas behind this routine. It would just be because this is my forte, and I really love the historic aspects to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon.
and that's a curtain call. If we if we had curtain calls in for military drill and ceremonies, then they'd be back out to take a bow, perform maybe a few more moves. That's the silent drill platoon from Marine Barracks, Washington, commonly called 8th and I, because it's on 8th and I streets in Washington, D.C. And if you've never been, you gotta go. You've got to go see one of the parades. It's just a wonderful experience. All right, so I hope I gave a little bit of an explanation there. I hope that was helpful for you, and that you're able to take that information and apply it to your performance. Thanks.